Good afternoon, folks. Big Bo here with another ultra rare fifth wheel value from Parkway RV Center. This is a brand you don't see very often on the used market. In case the distinctive front end didn't give it away, this is a Glendale Titanium, a 2008 model, 3439RE. It's 40 feet 1 inch long, the only one of these I've ever had with 4 slide outs. This is a lot of high quality fifth wheel for the money. Only $19,900 with a warranty checked out, ready to go. And folks, let me tell you something. The build quality of a Titanium, to me, is up there with a Carriage. It's one of the highest, one of the best built fifth wheels you can buy. I mean, these, if you think a Keystone Montana's nice, wait till you get a load of how these things are built. It's like comparing a Rolls Royce to a Lexus. But this is a 2008 Titanium 39RE. It's 40 feet 1 inches long, 4 slides, weighs 12,000 pounds. These are Canadian built units. They're one of the best insulated fifth wheels on the market today. Of course, that makes them extra heavy. 4 big slide outs. The distinctive front end that Titanium uses has 3 distinct advantages. First of all, aerodynamics. You're going to get better fuel mileage because you've got better aerodynamics hauling it down the road. 2, if you've got a shorter bed truck, you can make tighter turns with it because you don't have to worry about getting into your cab. And 3, and a lot of people don't think about this, this is a 40-foot fifth wheel. Now, you take a traditional fifth wheel with this flat front end. That whole 40 feet is behind the pin. This, you've got several feet of it on front of the pin. So this is actually, when you're towing, if this was a 40-foot fifth wheel and this was a 40-foot, and this 40-foot fifth wheel was towed by the same truck, this one is 15% shorter behind the pin than this RV. So that means you're actually you're towing the equivalent of about a 34, 35 foot, but you get a 40 foot. Now folks, looking around this camper, it's in excellent condition. You got to realize it is 11 years old. Came out of Kentucky, 50 amp service. I got it hooked into power right now. You know, the striping and finish is pretty good. There's a few crow's feet on some of the stripes. It's got one fender flare on the other side that's from a blowout that's happened in the last 12 years. Obviously doesn't affect the value of it, doesn't affect the usability of it, but I'll show you over there. Got the bigger 10-gallon DSI water heater. Folks, this is designed for pretty much any kind of weather North America can throw at it. Individual hydraulic leveling jacks. It's got the optional, and it's in the belly, a cover that goes over the front so you can store stuff there out of sight if you're set up somewhere permanent at a campground. No delamination. The roof is solid, looks great. And the build quality on the interior is second to none, folks. 2 awnings. Got one on the slide out, one over here, patio awnings. Belly compartment, it's got an inverter. And you can see over here where they've had a blowout. Chances are that's been there for years. Got the Dexter hydraulic disc brakes. And of course the Dexter axle system. 58th anniversary, folks. Glendale RV, I know you don't see many of them in the States. These are very popular in Canada because they're so well insulated that a lot of Canadian customers buy them. And they are popular in the States as well for that reason alone. Matter of fact, I sold my uncle one of these, and he's been living in a Titanium for about 8 years now, and he loves it. I mean, he can take it anywhere he wants, and he doesn't get froze out in the winter time or it gets too hot in the summer. All LED lights. I wish I could squeeze through there, but I can't. Let's look inside. Of course, you've got some stuff in French since these are built in Canada. As we step inside, folks, you're going to see some really nice amenities. Real hardwood floors, real Corian countertops. Very high build quality, folks. Stuff you don't normally see in a fifth wheel for under $20,000. And I would compare this every bit to the older Carriages, the ones that everybody wants. I mean, as far as the build quality, I mean, these things are absolutely, folks, immaculate. These aren't a high production models. In other words, you don't see as many of these as you do like a Forest River Cardinal or Sandpiper or Keystone Montana. They concentrate more on quality than quantity. So you don't see many of these hit the market very often, and they don't last long because people that are familiar with these titaniums, for the price that I'm selling it for, are going to scoop it up really, really quick. Here in the back, you've got the entertainment center, flat screen TV, DVD player. You've got a little desk over there for a laptop, storage. Somebody's made custom curtains for all the windows, and they look great. There's no stains on them. There's no smoke, no pet odors. Got surround sound speakers. One ducted roof air and one non-ducted roof air. Man, this would make an excellent live-in unit, folks, just for the insulation factor alone. Table and 4 chairs, got a leaf. Of course, I got the factory brochure you can look through if you look at it in person. Real hardwood floors in the kitchen area, got a Dometic RV refrigerator freezer. Clean, obviously not been used much. Stovetop and oven, as well as a microwave. Let's see if this is a convection oven. This is a convection oven too. You know how you can tell? It's got stainless steel on the inside if it's a convection oven, where a microwave just has white, painted white enamel walls. So that is a convection oven and a microwave, as well as a gas oven. Look at that, folks. This is a 2008 model. That stove looks like it came out of a 2018 model. Obviously never cooked with it. Built-in Corian sinks, got residential style faucets with a sprayer. I mean, these weren't cheap fifth wheels when they were new, folks. And not only weren't cheap, but if you wanted one, this is one that you had to order and wait several months for. Big clock right there. Little closet. I mean, this thing, folks, beautiful kitchen area. I love the L-shaped island because the benefits you get, of course, here's you some stuff that was left in there, but the benefit of this L-shaped island is if you're a cook like I am. I do a lot of cooking. Me and my wife both do when we're in our motorhome. This way, if you've got other people staying with you, nobody's got a reason to step over here and have to step around you. You've got your own food prep area, your own cooking area. You don't have to bump into anybody trying to get to somewhere else in the RV. And plus, you get the added benefit of this L Island kitchen giving you a ton of storage. I mean, and these are all solid wood cabinets. Deep. I mean, be honest with you, this kitchen area alone has more storage than a lot of house kitchens do. And this is all under $20,000. Wow. Look at the original carpet. It looks great. We're going to step up into the bedroom, bathroom area. Notice the double French doors leading into the front bedroom. We'll look through that here in a minute. Let's look at the bathroom. You can enter through the bathroom from the bedroom or the hallway. Got a glassed-in shower, skylight, no signs of water damage anywhere. Porcelain china toilet, matching Corian sink top, another residential style faucet, big medicine cabinet, all LED lights. It does have washer and dryer hookups. It's never had one. We can certainly add one if you want us to. My recommendation, if you're not going to use it at minimum once a week, it's not worth the time and trouble. But that's my personal recommendation. You may have a different view on that, but we can install a washer and dryer. If you want a price on it, contact our sales department. They'll get you a price of this RV with a washer and dryer installed. Queen Island bed in the front. There's your second non-ducted air unit. Normally I would have it on, folks, but this is a 50 amp RV. I've got it adapted down to 30 amp so I can only run one air conditioner. At the foot of the bed, you can put you a TV there if you want to. And it's got a big window right there. Got day-night shades and curtains on all the windows. And this is a stand-up bedroom. I'm 6'4". I can walk around this bedroom just fine. Step back through here. Folks, this would be an excellent live-in unit. It'd be an excellent lake unit. At 40 foot long, I know it's a little big to take to the campground for the weekend, but you can. But keep in mind, you're going to need a healthy truck to tow 12,000 pounds, and that's before you add anything to it. Now, you start adding your personal possessions, your luggage, water, propane, and everything else, that's going to add to that 12,000 pound weight. So make sure your truck can tow a fifth wheel that's rated. I mean, you're safe to say you're probably going to be closer to 13,000 pounds loaded. Make sure your truck can handle that. If you don't know what your truck can tow for a fifth wheel towing capacity, contact your local truck dealer. Ask for the service department, give them the VIN number off your truck, and ask them what the fifth wheel towing capacity is. Not the travel trailer, but the fifth wheel. Never want to play around with that, folks, because if you ever get into an accident and you're towing more than your truck's rated towing capacity for the fifth wheel, the insurance company may not pay the claim. It's happened to 2 customers of ours. That's why we're always very thorough about pointing that out. That is the buyer's responsibility to check their truck's towing capacity, not ours, folks. If you ask 10 different RV dealers what your truck can tow, you're going to hear 10 different answers, and chances are not a single one of them's correct. Don't take a chance with that, folks. In fact, if you ask my salespeople, they're going to tell you what I just told you. You have to call your local vehicle dealer and find out what your truck is rated for. Anyway, folks, beautiful titanium by Glendale, folks. Unfortunately, Glendale in business for 60 years, and they didn't survive the recession after 2010. Just like Carriage and many other brands, just great brands that were gone long before their time, and there's nothing else. Newer fifth wheels, folks, just do not have the build quality that this one has. You need to come look at it in person. I promise you, within 5 minutes of setting foot in this RV, you're going to see right away the build quality is superior to just about anything else you can buy, folks. This is one that you can use and put up and keep it, and it'll last you for as long as you want to keep it if you take care of it. Beautiful RV, folks. It really is. Crown molding everywhere. I mean, I know it's an older style looking fifth wheel on the inside, but guess what, folks? The old ways, or a lot of ways, are better than the new ways. And it's a nice fifth wheel. Anybody be proud to own this, and especially for under $20,000. Believe me, folks, if you look at what's out there in this price range compared to this, there's no comparison, not build quality wise. 40 foot long, 4 slides. This unit will be checked out by our certified RV techs after purchase. Way it works is if you want the option A haggle-free price of $19,900. Once you buy the unit, it goes into line to get checked out. Currently, it takes us a week and a half, 2 weeks. You want to verify that before you buy the fifth wheel, because that lead time changes every single day. Way it works, folks, is after you purchase it, it goes into line. Once it gets its way to the front of the line, they're checked out in the order that they're paid for. My RV techs are going to spend some time in it. We're going to go through an extensive RV component checkout. Virtually covers everything in here. Now, it does not cover cosmetics and stuff like that. Fender flare, where that blowout happened and stuff like that. That's just part of buying a used RV. It's got a few cracks, or crow's feet is what I call them, in the stripes. That's part of buying a 11-year-old fifth wheel. But the inside, you can't argue it at all, folks. I mean, this is a beautiful RV. Perfect for a live-in, perfect for just about anybody, folks. I mean, here's the thing. If you've got family moving in-laws, kids coming back from college, don't want to rent an apartment, they want their own place, why rent? Why go out and spend $600, $700, $800 a month, $1,000 a month for a little tiny apartment that chances are has got less square footage than this thing does? Stay there for 18 months and have nothing to show for it when you move out. Look at it this way, folks. You take $1,000 a month rent for 18 months, that'll almost pay for this fifth wheel. So after 20, 21 months of staying in this fifth wheel, it's paid for. You still got a place to stay that you owe nothing on. I mean, versus renting where you lose everything. If you're going to move some folks into your house, this is a great way. If you've got parents or in-laws or something like that need a place to stay, great place where they can have their own independent place to stay. And you try to build an addition to your house with a living room, with their own heat and air system, its own plumbing system and water heater system, with a bathroom, a full kitchen, a bedroom. You try to build all of that as an addition or a guest house to your home for $19,900. You can't even put it's going to cost you that much to just for the frame alone of a house. Not counting building the entire house with foundation and everything. So keep that in mind, folks. Great opportunity for that. And for those of you who have got a place to set this up, like you're going to live in it or have family live in it, you don't want to have to put a fifth wheel hitch in your truck, folks. We can do delivery. And it's free up to 100 miles one way. So, great live-in unit, great for whatever you want. If you need a fifth wheel hitch, we can certainly help you and assist you with that. Just contact our sales department. They can help you out with any of that stuff. 706-965-7929. This is a beautiful titanium, folks. I only get these in once every couple of years. These are not something that you see very often because they were such a limited production when they were new. Anyway, financing's available, and folks, look up the book value. I want you to look this Glendale titanium, the 39RE up, in any price guide, any website you want to look it up. Compare it to other 2008 39REs on the market. You'll find that this thing is priced thousands and thousands and thousands less than the NADA says it's worth, than what other units like it are bringing, other 2008 39REs are bringing. You're going to see, folks, that's what I was saying earlier. If you know titaniums, you're going to jump on this deal right here very quickly. Going on eBay, it's going on several of the most popular for sale websites for RV shoppers on the internet. In other words, folks, a lot of people are going to see this ad, are going to see this fifth wheel. Chances are there's going to be several interested parties. Don't wait till the last minute. This thing will not last, folks. For under 20 grand, this is a bargain. Anyway, $19,900 includes the fifth wheel checked out, ready to go if you want a copy of all the systems that we inspect and repair if needed for the price you pay. Contact our sales department. They'll email you over a copy of that list. Remember, these units are not checked out until they are paid for. After it's been through service and it has the final walkthrough gone through and everything's satisfactory to our service manager, this is how it works, folks. And I don't know, but this is really, really simple. But people have a hard time understanding this for some reason. I don't know why. After it's been serviced to the service manager's satisfaction, he will call you to set up an appointment to pick this RV up. The only person that can set up an appointment to pick up your RV, your fifth wheel travel trailer, is the service manager. You know, we try to accommodate everybody, folks, but you know, these are used RVs. Sometimes they need parts, or sometimes there's a delay in getting specialty parts. I've had to wait as long as 6 weeks before for a part from a manufacturer, and that's not normal, but it does happen. So that's why we never set anything in stone. We give you an estimate. But sometimes things happen. So keep that in mind, folks. We do our best to get these things done. See, we have to balance it out, getting it done quickly, but also getting it done correctly. 20 grand's a lot of money for anybody. We know that you would rather wait and have it done right than get it right now, with it not being right. So we're going to do our best to accommodate you, and I think the little wait time that we have now is more than fair for the bargain that you're buying these things for. And the reason why we can sell them for as cheap as we do is because we don't pre-check them. If I had to pre-check 140 used RVs, I'd have to hire a lot more RV techs. RV techs aren't cheap. And that means more overhead if I had to hire more RV techs. More overhead means I have to mark the prices up higher. To keep my overhead to a minimum, I only keep a few RV techs. They are certified, but they don't check them out until we sell them. So this is just how it came in. Keep that in mind. And like I said, contact your salesperson to get a list of everything that we'll inspect and repair if needed. Make sure he'll give you the current lead time for a fifth wheel checkout, and make an appointment with him before you drive any significant distance to look at this fifth wheel. That's another thing I can't stress enough, folks. Just because the video's online doesn't mean it's available. I've got 22 or 2,300 videos going back to 2010 on my YouTube channel. I keep them on there to keep our Google search rankings. If this video is more than a week or two old, don't be surprised if it's sold. And it doesn't matter if this video is 30 minutes old. Today's July 10th, 2018. Call ahead. Make sure the unit is still available before you drive down here to look at it. It may have a deposit on it. Let your salesperson know, set up a mutually beneficial time for you and your non-commissioned salesperson to get here, and he will do his best to plug this unit up, turn power on and the air conditioner on, so you can spend some time in here without having a heat stroke. Because, folks, this time of year in northwest Georgia, especially if you're from up north and not used to the humidity, is absolutely miserable. These things are like ovens. So anytime, if you're coming to look at a particular fifth wheel like this one, make sure it's plugged up. That way you can really spend some time in it, get to know it a little bit, and then decide if you want to buy it or not. I appreciate people that trust us enough to buy sight unseen. We prefer the old-fashioned way of doing business, and you should too, of actually looking at what you're buying in a used vehicle before you buy it. Meet the people you're doing business with. We prefer to meet the people we do business with. Look at their inventory, tour the facility, meet the employees. That's the way buying and selling should be, folks. And I know the internet's great for advertising, but some things you just cannot beat a good old-fashioned handshake. And that's the way we prefer to do it, folks. Handshake to handshake. Now, that's option A. You get a 90-day nationwide limited warranty, as well as 21 nights of free camping at select RV resorts nationwide, up to 7 nights at a time. That's included for only $19.9 out the door, folks, plus applicable sales tax. If you've got a question how much your sales tax will be, when and where you have to pay it, contact your sales department, because it varies from state to state and how you pay for it about the sales tax law. So instead of just putting inaccurate information on my ad, I'd rather you call and get that information so you know that's correct. But folks, that's option A. That's haggle-free, firm. It doesn't matter if you're paying cash, if you're financing, if you're trading, or a combination of the three. It's all cash to us. Days of cash discounts are long gone, folks. In fact, there's more paperwork involved with a cash sale, thanks to the good old people at the Internal Revenue Service that every dealer has to fill out when somebody pays cash. And it's aggravating for us, and certainly aggravating for you. So, in fact, instead of $100 bills, I would prefer that you bring a cashier's check or do a bank-to-bank wire transfer than cash. I know that sounds crazy, but like I said, times have changed. You can't hide money anymore, folks. The days of dealers having safes full of cash to hide it from the bank and the IRS are 20 years in the past. In fact, if somebody does bring in $100 bills, it goes straight to the bank. So, and deposited in one of our accounts. So keep that in mind, folks. Anyway, if you got any questions, our phone number is 706-965-7929. That number is answered 24/7. If it's after business hours, we have an answering service that picks it up, that knows basic information. If they can't help you, they will forward your request to our non-commissioned sales department. They will contact you the next business day. We do have an option B, and option B is for those of you who still want some kind of discount. Hey, I understand. At the same time, I know if the price wasn't attractive to you, you wouldn't be interested to begin with. But if you're willing to buy the unit as is with no warranty, no checkout, no demonstration walkthrough, option A, you do get a personal walkthrough by the RV tech that checked it out after it's been through service. If you're willing to buy it without all that stuff, folks, without the free camping, just basically you buy the fifth wheel and you get a starter kit and a 30-day drive-out tag, and that's it. If you're willing to buy it for that, folks, and it'll save us money and time, we'll save you money and time, and you'll be able to take it home the same day you pay for it. But keep in mind, folks, as is as is. It's, if it breaks in half 100 feet up the road, you own both halves of it. Don't call us, because it's yours. I know there seems to be some confusion with people that thinks an as-is unit is as-is unless this works or that doesn't work, or this doesn't work, or this quits working 6 months later. No, folks. As-is is strictly hook to it and go, and anything wrong with it or happens, it's on your dime, not ours. So if you've got a question about any of that, please contact our sales department. Again, 706-965-7929. Email sales@parkwayrvcenter.com. If you go to our website, folks, you can see our inventory, parkwayrvcenter.com. You can apply for financing directly from our website. All financing with approved credit, minimum 10% down payment only. You can have your trade-in appraised. We do take pretty much anything of value in on trade. As long as we don't have to feed it, as long as we don't have to break the law to sell it. And you can, I've got a trade-in appraisal form as well as a contact us form and all my listings. I'll also have a factory brochure on our website, parkwayrvcenter.com. So if you're watching this on YouTube, type in parkwayrvcenter.com, look at it there. You'll see a floor plan, a factory brochure, and much more if it's available. Thank you for watching. Nationwide delivery is available. It's free up to 100 miles one way. If you have any questions, or if you want a haggle-free price on option B, give us a call. Come look at it before you decide if you want to do option A or B. Spend some time in it, do your own inspection, and you may decide to take the option B price. I always invite everybody to come down and look in person before making up your mind to leave money on something, folks, because, you know, we don't play around, and we don't want you to either. So thank you again for watching. No extra fees, no commission salespeople. 50 years in business, Parkway RV Center.